Welcome everyone to the Psychology Honors Program informational session. I am Shay Andrada. I am the Honors Program Staff Advisor. I am also an undergraduate advisor for the Department at UCSD. On this slide, you can also see another familiar face you'll notice as an affiliate for the honors program. So Dr. Gail Heyman is a faculty advisor. So along with coordinating the honors program, she will also be teaching a lot of the courses for the honors sequence. So that's just a quick introduction. You'll be seeing our familiar faces throughout if you are accepted into the honors program. Before we do start, I do want to just give a brief rundown of the topics I'll be discussing today, which includes the benefits of the honors program, requirements to apply, application materials, time and work commitments for the honors program, additionally, courses that you will take and how they will apply to your majors, and then lastly, the items you need to graduate with departmental honors as a psychology major. So first of all, I know many students may be wondering what are the benefits or the pros for the honors program. So as a psychology students, it is not required to be in the honors program. It is not a requirement for graduation or to complete your major. It is above and beyond any expectations you have as a student to participate in the honors program. But there are so many great, again, it's a big commitment, but there are so many great benefits to it. These ones listed on the slide are just a couple of those. So first of all, receiving advanced training in statistics and research methods, very, very valuable if you're planning to go to a research-based grad school program, or even if you found yourself very interested in these topics after completing statistics or Psych 70 research methods or Psych 60 statistics. Additionally, second on here is this program gears you to conduct your own your own year-long research project from start to finish in your senior year. So along with that help from your faculty mentor, you'll be in charge of planning, executing different pieces of it, troubleshooting, creating a write-up once you've had that data collected and analyzed it. So this is all things you are working on throughout that year. And then lastly, you have that opportunity and the requirement to present your research at the honors poster session to the psychology community at UCSD and family, friends, and affiliates at usually week 10 of the spring quarter of your senior year. And then also, in addition to those benefits, you are working one-on-one with the faculty mentor in your senior year for this research project. That is one of the requirements that in addition to having your faculty advisor, you will have a faculty mentor. You'll be working under them in their lab for your project. So this is a great way to start that network and get to know that faculty advisor, researchers within the lab, or grad students within the lab managers, and so on. And it leads to the last point, which is an opportunity to obtain a wonderful letter of recommendation. So as you build your relationship with the people in the lab, including your faculty mentor, in that course of a year or even longer, it gives them an opportunity to see your work ethic and really attest to who you are as a researcher and your skills and so on, based on what you've worked on for your research project and beyond. So really great way to obtain a letter of recommendation if you keep building that relationship, along with just as a reference, whether it's a job reference or so on. So whether you're interested in a career pathway, the workforce, or a graduate program right after undergrad, this is a great way to start networking to prepare for that. So those are reasons to participate that we've seen as benefits in the past for previous students. So with the application coming up soon, I will discuss what is part of that application. But first of all, it's important to understand whether you meet the requirements to apply. So if you are planning to stay here still for 2 years, if you're a junior planning to graduate spring 2026, then you are eligible to submit an application. So that is because our program will start, if the application is accepted and you're accepted into the program at the end of the fall quarter, then you will begin the program in winter, then spring, and then one whole year would be your senior year for that last research project. So we do require that 2-year commitment. And then in addition to that, we also require the completion of these 3 bullet points. So Psych 60, statistics or equivalent, Psych 70, or intro to research methods or equivalent. So that could be COGS 14A, and then also at least 2 upper division psych courses. So with this, it's important to understand that for Psych 60 or the statistics, AP statistics is not accepted for Psych 60 in the major requirements. So we do want to encourage students to complete Psych 60 or at least Math 11 or COGS 14B, which are all statistics equivalents for our majors. Regarding community college courses, for the psychology portion, we see a lot of students come in with community college courses for statistics or research methods. Those are perfectly acceptable if they count towards your major requirements already on your degree audit. In addition to that, the lower division, the community college courses can only articulate as lower division courses as per the agreement between our community colleges with the UC system. So that would mean the 2 upper division psych courses do not include community college courses. So you will most likely need to have completed that in your time at UCSD or at another 4-year institution. And it does have to be considered upper division in your academic history. So those are our absolute requirements because we do want to make sure that students are prepared, since the first courses our students will take in the winter quarter will be advanced stats and research methods along with our psychology honors seminar. So we want to make sure students have experience with psychology courses and specifically statistics and research methods. So you have that solid base, solid foundation before starting the program. Okay, so I did put some examples here because the courses you're taking in fall quarter will still count towards these requirements. So we will not be reaching out with decisions until after fall grades have posted. So if you are currently, or if a student is enrolled at UCSD in Psych 70, Psych 100, and Psych 108 during fall 2024, this will fulfill the course requirements as long as Psych 60 already was taken as a prerequisite. So again, even if you're enrolled in fall courses, they will still count towards our requirements. Another one is if a student transfers in the Psych 60 or that equivalent, like I mentioned before, and then they also transferred in the Psych 70 or equivalent, and they're enrolled in 2 upper division psych courses during fall 2024. This will also count towards the course requirements to apply to the honors program. So again, anything from 100 to 193 will cover that upper division psych course requirement. And you do need 2 of them for this application. So those course requirements are the absolute requirements we have. Everything else listed down here below are just suggested requirements, things we have seen from successful candidates in the past. So if you started as a first year at UCSD, the suggested GPA is overall 3.3, or the suggested GPA including the fall 2024 course grades are 3.3. And if you're a transfer student, we do ask for your transfer GPA in the application, which is the GPA calculating the courses you took at the institution you transferred from. And we also look at your UCSD grades, which will be your fall quarter grades. So again, overall UCSD GPA of 3.3, and then about 3.5 transfer GPA are where we've seen students at when we see successful candidates for the program. The last suggested requirement is the completion of all major lower division requirements, or having just one or two maximum left. This gives students more time to spend completing upper division major requirements and focusing on honors courses and workload. So the honors program is intensive. I'll go over it again. I'll go over it later about the time and work commitments, but it helps to have only to focus on your remaining upper division major requirements along with the honors program, because it can be, again, a huge commitment and intensive. So these are suggested requirements. We have seen students accepted into the program, with various GPAs and with various levels of completion with their major. This is just what we've seen as a pattern with successful candidates, but it is not a strict grading or criteria that we look at or that the review committee looks at. So please still apply for the program if you're still interested in it. We do require those 3 bullet points at the top to be completed, just because we want to make sure that students have that base knowledge and the solid foundation before the program. Okay, so next we have our application. So the application is fully online. It is the online Google form, and the link will be posted on our honors program page on the departmental website, along with the deadline. So the application opens the first week of November, which is approaching, and it is usually due late November or early December. So this year our deadline is on our website already, so please look at our website and look at the application section. We will be posting the Google form there soon at the beginning of November. There are multiple sections to the application. So if you wanted to look at the website, we actually do have the section posted there too, so that you can start preparing now before actually submitting the application. So the sections include the personal statement, supplemental questions, the 2 references, and detailed information, again, will be on that section on our website. So personal statement, describe the nature of your interest in psychology and research. There is a word limit. Please make sure that you keep within the word limit and pay attention to that section on the application. For the supplemental questions, that includes questions about why you're applying, so the reason for applying, the strengths and challenges that you have, and then also your future plans. Please expect the application to ask these particular questions and have a limit to 1,000 words each. So each supplemental question will be limited to 1,000 words. The personal statement will be limited to 1,000 words. And then in addition, the 2 references, please note at least one of the 2 must be academic. It could be a faculty mentor, it could be a lecturer, course instructor, research lab manager, or a grad student or TA. The big restriction is please do not use an undergraduate student as your academic reference. And then your second reference does not need to be academic. It can be a supervisor, someone you've worked with in the past. However, don't use a family member or a friend. It should be someone who knows you in an academic or professional capacity. And again, these are references, so they are not LORs. When you ask your references, you can ask them again first to be your reference, and then let them know we are only asking for their name and contact information, and then we will reach out to them with any questions. So when you request, let them know right away, because sometimes they may believe it's a letter of recommendation, which does require a lot of commitment on their end to prepare and submit in a timely manner. So it is just a reference where you are giving us their contact information. And then other than that, this is an application where we holistically review our applications. Our committee doesn't just look at one thing or 2 things. They don't just focus on your GPA or anything like that matter. They look at the bigger picture of your academic background, including your psychology courses, even the grades in those classes, which is why we wait until after fall grades are posted. And then review committee also wants to know who you are as a person, as an academic, as a future professional. So what you share in a personal statement and in your application, and the information we gain from your references should be about you, and it's really important in presenting to us who you are, what you value, your goals, and so on. And other than those course requirements, there really are no set boundaries, such as you must have this GPA or you must have already 1 year of experience in research. We do not, we look at it holistically, so those are not absolute requirements. The only absolute requirements are those course requirements. And then lastly, transfer students are encouraged to apply. I understand this is your first fall in UC San Diego, so as long as you meet the course requirements, you can still apply. You can use your transfer GPA, input in the application, and then we also accept for the academic reference, faculty or instructors from your community college, if you along with anyone in the academic field at UCSD or outside of UCSD. So please apply if you're interested. And then we found that a large percentage of students in the last 3 batches of applicants, and even the successful candidates, were transfer students. So do not feel that you are not going to be accepted or considered, because you will be considered just as any other applicant. And this is again because we're reviewing applications holistically. So that is my highlight on the application. Please apply in a timely manner. It is going to be due again either late November or early December. So please look at our website for the actual details. With work and time expectations, this is very important. We want to be transparent about what to expect from the honors program regarding the workload and the time you should expect to commit towards the program. Again, the honors program is not required for graduation or to complete your psych major. However, it is a really great opportunity for you, and it is intensive and rigorous. So students, all our honors courses, which I'll speak about later, are taught in person and on campus. Students are expected to attend every single class in person, and exams are also in person. Where you can expect to have to dedicate your hours, it would be 20 to 24 hours per week for this program, including what you're doing for the program inside and outside the classroom. Hours spent reading the articles, spent in the class, completing assignments, executing that research project in your senior year or within your time with the honors program. Also writing papers, preparing presentations, and then the courses, particularly that advanced statistics and research methods course, are very rigorous, and you may want to consider office hours, tutoring. We've seen 8 hours a week for the homework for these specific classes in the junior year level of the advanced stats and research methods. So be prepared for that. And then students are also required to be prepared for classroom discussions, which include completing the assigned readings before coming to class, be respectful and work well in teams. So needing to work in a small team in Psych 111B, which will be that spring quarter of junior year, for a research project is super important, and you'll present in the honors poster session in spring of your junior year with that team. So it's very important to work well in teams, and then also be receptive to feedback. Many revisions, not just 1 or 2. This happens in undergrad and grad school, anywhere where we need to write papers, and especially academic papers, that those revisions are expected. So be receptive to feedback. Expect to have many rounds of feedback revisions from peers, instructors, or your faculty mentor. It is very common, even graduate students will have to have many revisions just so that we can make sure that you're submitting something that is quality work. So these are the work and time expectations for the honors program. Okay, next is, this is a 2-year commitment. I've mentioned multiple times, fall quarters when you apply, we let you know before winter break whether you're accepted into the program. If you're accepted, then you take research seminar for 4 units in the winter quarter, where our instructor brings in faculty to present the research they are doing in the department. You'll also be looking at research journals and reviewing those articles and APA style articles. and giving feedback on the article so that you can begin thinking critically about research and its role in psychology. Additionally, winter, you will also take advanced stats and research methods for 6 units. So that's a whole 10 units for the honors program in the winter quarter. And then in the spring quarter, you will take just the 6 units of advanced stats and research methods. And this is the one I mentioned before, where you'll work in small groups and present a poster at the poster session for the honors program. Next, in the second year, that will be the year you're working on your honors thesis, your research project, and eventually your honors poster section or your honors poster presentation. So you'll build that close relationship with your faculty mentor and then plan and execute different pieces of your research project. 194A, B, and C are each going to be 4 units every quarter. These courses, for all of these honors program courses, are letter graded. The 194 particularly are letter graded research-based courses. And then at the end of spring quarter of your senior year with 194C, you'll be presenting your honors poster at the honors poster session and then also submitting that honors thesis. So again, everything must be taken for a letter grade, and then all psych honors courses will be used in the calculation of the psychology major and also your cumulative GPAs. Okay, we're almost there. So for next of all, we accept any major within the psychology department. So these are how these honors courses can apply to the different majors. So for example, psychology BA doesn't have a research requirement. So the Psych 194 will not count towards the psychology BA. You'll still be participating in the research element and your honors thesis and everything for the honors program. But for the psychology BA, what will be completed are your 3 upper division psych electives. So out of the 8 psych electives you need for the psychology BA, you will be already completing 3 with the psychology honors program. With the psychology BS and the specializations, whether it's cognitive or developmental or so on, the 110, 111A, 111B will cover 3 upper division psych electives. Again, psych electives, not specializations. So they will cover the 3 out of the 5 psych electives. And then your 194 will completely meet the research requirement, including the paper, since you'll be submitting the honors thesis. Psychology or business psychology BS will only has 1 psychology elective requirement. Since none of our courses in the honors program can count towards the specialization or the MGT courses for the biz psych major, only 1 of our courses will count towards that additional upper division psych elective, and then the research requirement will be completed with 194, including the BS research paper requirement. Lastly, for the CBN, you only have 2 upper division psych electives for that major. Again, we don't count our honors program towards specializations. So 2 of our honors program courses will count towards those 2 upper division psych electives for CBN. And same as every other BS major, the 194 will satisfy that research requirement. CBN particularly, we only CBN majors declared in the psychology department can be part of our psychology program. So students in CG 32 will apply for the cognitive science honors program, and students with PC 34 through the psych department will apply with our psychology department for our honors program. So those are the various majors and how it relates to the honors program courses. So to graduate with psych honors, successful completion of the honors program includes grade of at least A- in the 194 series, a minimum major GPA of 3.5 for honors distinction, 12 units of supervised research, which is built into the program, and then a public presentation of honors project at the honors poster session. Lastly, that final thesis is absolutely required, and it is supposed to be considered honors worthy by your faculty mentor and second reader. So before it comes to us, you already should have that approval by your faculty mentor and second reader that they approve of your honors thesis. You don't have to worry too much about that honors thesis requirement, as it is usually signed off by your faculty mentor when they have already deemed it honors worthy. So once it comes to us, we will already know that based on what your faculty mentor has signed off of. Okay, and then honors poster session, I just wanted, if anyone is still like a sophomore or first year student, if you ever wanted to visit our honors poster session, this is a great way to learn about what the honors poster session is and what the students are researching. So you can also meet students who are in the honors program and ask them different questions about their individual research projects and also about the honors program. In the past, we usually have students in the Psych 111, so the junior level honors students present in the morning, and then at the end, towards the middle of the day and afternoon, we have our senior students present. So if you wanted to ask honors program students about what is the program like, how time intensive it is, and so on, this is a great opportunity if you still have that chance. Again, it's Wednesday of week 10 in the spring quarter. And then I do have some questions here I'll answer really quickly. So very common questions we hear all the time. How many students apply to the program? This varies between 55 to 65 applicants. How many students are accepted into the program? Roughly about, we've seen about 35 to 40. So it depends on the applicants, but we try to keep it around 35 to 40 so that we're able to support all students in the program with the resources that we have. So you'll never see it jump from 35 one year till 60 the next year, just so we can provide students with the appropriate amount of resources. Next question, do I already have to have a faculty mentor or research project to apply? No, if you're already in a research lab, that's awesome. You can use that faculty mentor if they're approved. If you're interested in the honors program and don't have any idea of what type of research you're interested in, or don't have a faculty mentor in mind, that's also fine. Please apply to the program because part of 110, which is that research seminar, is having people from our department come in to talk about the research they're doing and also helping you make those connections you need for that research project that you'll be doing for the honors program. So we'll help you in the program to find and connect with a faculty mentor, and then you'll come up with a research project under that faculty mentor to complete in your senior year. Next, what if I want to take Psych 116 in honors? Psych 116 is a year-long clinical research program, and then the honors program is a separate, again, research-based program that is a 2-year commitment for any psychology student. We do not allow students to take both Psych 116 and honors. These are 2 intensive research-based programs that are really great, but only have small cohorts due to that certain demands and support we need to provide for our students in these programs. So we ask that students choose between either Psych 116 or honors to apply and complete. The deadlines are also in different quarters, so that is something you can look into if you're interested in the Psych 116 program. And then when will I know if I was accepted into the program? Before holiday break. So again, the week before the holiday break, as the university is closed, we will let you know just so that we already have your grades for the fall quarter before we review your application. We will reach out individually to you through your virtual advising center, and we'll notify all applicants regardless of whether you're accepted or not. Since you won't be hearing back regarding your application until after finals week, please ensure that you're enrolling in winter courses as if you're not in the honors program. So enroll in a full course load during your first and second pass. We cannot stress this enough, just because you can never know what happens. So you want to make sure that you have that backup already. And then when students leave the program, is this their decision or are they asked to leave? More often than being asked to leave, students are usually the ones who decide to leave. So for the times that students are asked to exit the program, it's not usually a surprise to them. But in all these cases, the instructors have already communicated with the student long before the student was asked to leave and have already provided opportunities to catch up or make up or provided their assistance in various matters. So this program, again, is very important and we want to make sure we support our students. So usually it wouldn't be a surprise if a student is asked to leave or if they choose to take themselves out of the program first. Okay, so those are all the frequently asked questions and all I have for my presentation. So I'll go ahead and thank you all for coming.